just remembered something. I had a lot of plastic too, like coming out of somewhere, and yeah, I knew I almost forgot about that. And the quick wire I had made. I made that box my stash. So let's get to making some computers here. Let's not get to making some computers here. It takes 18... Gee, what's 18 times 24? I don't know, but I'm gonna round up and say 480 of those, like, ding things. So I'm gonna take a manufacturer and put it in the field here. A sort of a spot, an on-the-spot thing, like I did with the assembler. Yeah, I know I put one here once and took it down immediately, but that's beside the point. Okay, and configure to make computers. So, let's see. Cable, circuit boards, plastic. Let's see this thing in action here. Look at all that. It's like it's its own little assembly line there. And as you can see, it's putting stuff on and in other stuff, soldering, picking the thing up. It doesn't look like a computer, but I'm pretty sure that's just a generic animation, and off it goes. And here's the next one. Ready for manufacture. Yeah, I got like two. These are like 2.5 minutes, so I guess it's kind of on par with other things at that scale, like assemblers. I guess there's a limit to how slowly you can put something together. Now let's see, 200 divided by 8 is 100 divided by 4 is 25. Okay, I'm gonna have to take like, darn. Alright, fine, you know what, I'm perfectly okay with the fact that I'm gonna have an extra computer at the end of this. Let me check my balance at the... Oh, this thing's still making alien protein. It would be a little too soon to do that, but it's finished with the hatchers. Come to think of it, I think the only thing it's got left is the stingers, because I... Really? None of them? That was quick. But it still has 39 alien protein units. Really? Wait a minute. I didn't think those could be combined into alien protein. Okay. Well, long story short, I'm going to be making some serious bank on this. And all for more inventory space. I still can't identify that thing. And Caterium. Well, there. I mean, the Caterium node is way out in the middle of nowhere, arguably, but I suppose if I get better logistics, like trucks. You know, I did figure out how to build a dimensional depot and what one of them is worth, or what they do. They're a bit like debit cards. Let me see, can I... I'm trying to remember where the building's located. Ah, yeah, here it is. I need 10 SAM fluctuators, which I don't have. But I could put one of those together. Let me see here. I'll be using those Mercer spheres for something. All they're good for right now is making me scratch my head. Oh, again, a lack of steel pipes. Alright, fine. I ought to resupply with those two. 24 times... No, divided by 2.5 minutes. Equals 48 divided by 5 is roughly equal to 15, so that's... It is roughly equal to 50, so that's 10 a minute. Okay, yeah, I still got plenty of pipes. It's maybe a little excessive of me checking it every, like, handful of seconds for, oh, concrete. Wait a second, hello? Did not know I could do that. Alright, yeah. It's time to make better logistics. Well, it's time to get some better logistics going. Logistics Mark IV, launching now. Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your efforts. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They're an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured. Well, if I understand trucking well enough, then it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to drive a truck, because trucks are not easy to drive. I mean, there's double clutching and trying to make an in-point turn with that trailer attached. There's a lot of stuff here that needs a lot of improved, what do you call it, there's a lot of stuff here that requires a lot of new parts from industrial manufacturing. To do that, I'm going to have to make this environment a little more conducive to industrial manufacturing. Transportation. What do I have here? Truck. Okay, yeah. It picks up and delivers resources to truck stations. You can automate the process. Has 48 inventory slots in the built-in crafting bench, as opposed to 25 inventory slots in the built-in crafting bench. Very honestly, I don't know. I think I'm fine with the tractor at Steel Hill. Also more logistics. Goodness me, a Mark IV conveyor belt. 480 resources a minute. Wow. And that requires encased industrial beams. All right. see how this is going. Oh, I need more plastic. I must have miscalculated that. No wonder it stopped. Keep forgetting where my stash is. It's right here. Why don't I go back to Freighter Lake and add on those industrial boxes. It's 160 times 1.5. It's 240. What do I need for an industrial, that thing? Okay, yeah, I should be fine. I'll go to Freighter Lake, put the industrial storage containers on there, and then come back. Okay, while I was there, I figured I'd put the, I'd take the packaged heavy ore residue as well. Alright. How am I doing as far as... Got 11 coupons. Still... Now this factory has served me very well. What the... Oh, right, more plastic. 13, 14, 15. Come to think of it, I could probably wait this out. I've only got 2 more computers to make. And then I'll shut this thing off and take all the materials back. Now about the Combine Factory. Well, here's the thing. I've got all these modular frames here. Not as many as before, but still. But I am going to have to reconfigure the Combine Factory such that such that it's a set of specialized factories instead. And one of them is only going to make modular frames. There we go. Now, at some later points, I'm going to want it to make something else, like for research purposes, or something where there's nothing, where there's not a whole lot of something that you need, but it takes a long time to make in the crafting bench. Now, what was I going to do with these? Oh, right. Let me grab some smokeless powder here. And there, an inflated pocket dimension. Pocket dimension inflated by utilizing numinous gel hydrology channeled through an etheric spigot. Some used to say this was impossible, but the meaning of that word has long since been removed from my dictionary. I think I needed computers for something else, but I didn't have enough circuit boards for them. I've only got 23 circuit boards. What was that again? Okay, well that one needs heavy modular frames. If there's something that needs computers and like everything else it needs is like regular mundane stuff. That reminds me, there's a strange alien. I need to automate strange alien matter fluctuators, SAM fluctuators. Yeah, those. And AI limiters. High speed, whatever you call them. Okay, well, these high speed connectors, what are they made out of? I'm trying to figure out if it's possible to... Okay, yeah, cable and circuit boards. And circuit boards need copper and plastic. Yeah, that is kind of high up there. Oh, well, it was a good thought. Oh, by the way, I checked, and while I'm not entirely finished with what was it? The with the versatile frameworks, I am getting there, because at some earlier point I put in just enough of them to for the right amount of virtual frameworks. Oh, and I'm also going to free up a little bit of space here. Make some biofuel out of the leaves I've been accumulating here. And out of the wood too. I mean, that should evenly use up the amount of wood I have. There. I said this too. Oh right, deuterium. I was trying to make some. All right. Now I'm hoping that by the time I get through all this mundane stuff, I'll have enough versatile frameworks. I'll have all the versatile frameworks that I need, and all the space that I need too. I mean, if I can't make SAM fluctuators like right just now, I checked, like over at the SAM node that I discovered, whether or not I could. Whether or not I could put together like a plant for SAM processing. For example, or not processing actually, but making SAM fluctuators. Just making SAM fluctuators. Now that requires copper and steel. However, I have alternative recipes for both. So instead of put away. Instead of copper wire, I can make iron wire. And instead of steel pipes, I can make iron pipes. So all I really need is maybe a couple of iron nodes. And I can start processing strange alien matter. But I checked, and the nearest iron node is like 400 and something meters away from the one on the hill. But there is another one though. I mean, it's like right under my feet, so to speak. If by my feet you mean like the hypertube passes like right over it. Now, I was a little hesitant to go in there because, well, because of the combat I thought I'd encounter. But since then, I've made a number of advances, including, and most importantly, the jetpack. That was a pretty revolutionary thing to have. So, now that I have a jetpack, I might just venture down there and see if I can find that node, and maybe also see if there are any iron nodes between, nearby. Because if there are, then I'll be able to start making SAM fluctuators. Like automating SAM fluctuators. Okay, just a couple of more of these. There, presto. Oh, before I forget, I did think of a milestone that I'd like. And it's the monorail trains. There we go. Now I'm going to need a lot of stuff, like steel pipes, for example, and steel beams, more importantly, and encased industrial beams, as well as motors. But the way I plan on reconfiguring Steel Hill, I should be able to... It should be easier to make that stuff than it was. It's because, once again, of alternative recipes, of iron wire, specifically. With iron wire, I can make stators out of steel and whatever left over iron there is at Steel Hill. Of course, I have to use the steel pipes, and I need to ship them over to where the combine factory is, because I'm going to need what is it? Oh yeah, we are approaching the end here. Anyway, I'm going to need steel pipes for heavy modular frames. Now those take a lot of different resources here. They take encased industrial beams, steel pipes, screws, and regular modular frames. But all that stuff can be made with iron or steel. We've got impure nodes here, and a limestone node over there. Now for the limestone, that's where you can put the encased industrial beams. But this, yeah, all four of those nodes are impure. But that means that if I were to, that's 30 a minute, but if I were to, I could get them all the way up to 120 a minute by using a Mark II miner and overclocking it, like, to double. Of course, if it turns out I need power slugs, then I'll have to go looking for them. Speaking of looking for stuff, let me just roll through these. Here we go. Yeah, I figured out how to use this thing, and it's... I feel kind of dumb not knowing this. Just out of absolute curiosity. Nah, those are much rarer. Glad I can scan for them, though. But it'll probably be more important to scan for enemies than Mercer spheres or anything else. How fast do these things get made? Oh, right, there's 50 in the buffer. Okay, fine. I won't hang around here then.